it in the 11.5 pH water. So we've got just some regular strawberries. I got these from Costco, and we're gonna put these in a glass here. And then in another glass, yeah, I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strawberries each. That's pretty full there. Put one more in there just to even it out. So you can see, maybe I should put them side by side like that. And then we've got Windset Farms Concerto Grape Tomatoes, also from Costco. Grab a handful of these. Whoops. I don't think my dog likes tomatoes, but I just rolled on the floor for her. She put it in her mouth. She will probably spit it out later. Okay, we'll do side by side of these so you guys can see the difference. And another one that I noticed is spinach. Spinach and kale tend to be really dirty, so I've got some just regular Taylor Farms spinach here. And while these are soaking, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about pesticides and some of the other uses of the 11.5, which are really, really cool. I can move those over, those and make room for the nuts. Okay. Oops. Too many. Okay, and this is cashews, almonds, pistachios, and pecans, unsalted. So, okay. So over here we've got tap water. This is Seattle tap water. And I'm going to pour those in here. Let that sit. And then, so we'll always do the tap water one first. Rinsing off my produce and my nuts. Okay, and then I've got some fresh Strong Kangen 11.5 pH water. If you guys didn't know, the pH scale goes from 0 to 14, 14 being the most alkaline you can be and 0 being the most acidic you can be. So 11.5 pH is pretty darn alkaline. Which is pretty cool that our machine can make that kind of water. It needs salt water to enhance it. Salt is a conductor of electricity. So with the electricity that you're using just in the machine, the salt makes it stronger, and then that's how you're able to get 11.5 pH. No other competitor can make true 11.5 or 2.5. They are lying if they're saying that their machine makes it. You have to have the electrolysis enhancer solution in order to do it. And you have to have the power and the plates that only Enagix has to do it. You have to have the right amount of circumference and space on the plates and the right amount of consistent current to do it. So, which is why when you turn the machines off, sometimes water still trickles out afterwards because there's just that consistent current. Okay, current flow. All right, so that's gonna sit for a minute. Let's talk about pesticides. You guys all know that pesticides are not good for you. They're toxins. They're put on your produce. Everything that's grown, that's not organic, or your own individual like home farm or home garden, they use these pesticides, these herbicides, fungicides, germicides, insecticides, rodenticides, homicides, suicides, genocides. They all mean death. Side means death. They are all meant to kill things, right? So they kill the bugs, but they also are killing you, slowly but surely. So you do not want to be ingesting these, and yet we're doing it every day. And people wonder why we're getting so sick. It is one of many reasons why we are getting so sick, especially in the United States. The EPA now allows us to consume up to 30 times more pesticides than since 2012 because the bugs and weeds have become resistant to them. Number 1 is Ready Roundup, number 2 is atrazine, and another bad one is chlorpyrifos. Just go ahead and Google these guys. Google them, look it up. Look at risks of Ready Roundup, dangers of atrazine, and you will find tons of information about how bad this stuff is. In fact, you guys know Monsanto has lost a bunch of lawsuits against them because they knew that their products caused cancer. They knew their products were unhealthy. They hid the information. They paid Google to not have stories about the link between Ready Roundup and cancer, to hide those stories from being exposed to the public. And they've just done a lot of bad things. So they lost those lawsuits. You can file a claim. You can go to roundupcancerclaim.org, I believe. That's where I found some more information about it. If you feel like you have been wronged by them. And yeah, so they're losing all these lawsuits now, and people are getting paid. And then of course, Bayer bought out Monsanto to try to cover up, because people now associate Monsanto as being bad. But it doesn't get rid of the problem. So I'm just gonna spin these around here. And maybe you can start to see a little bit of the color turning on the ones with the 11.5. Okay, so these are chemicals, and they disrupt our endocrine system, and they cause all kinds of health problems. You can just look it up, everything from cancer to brain disorders to hormonal imbalances. And they are so persistent that they actually stay in our environment for years. And we'll see here, soap and water does not clean these off, which is why it's so amazing to have this medical device. Okay, this is considered a medical device in Japan, where they manufacture these. It's so nice to have these because it can create this 11.5. You'll feel it, it's like silky when it comes out, that can actually remove these oil-based pesticides. Why are they oil-based pesticides? Because when they're oil-based, the rain can't wash them off. And in Seattle, it rains a lot. So you can bet your bottom dollar that we have a lot of oil-based pesticides on our produce. Okay, let's see here. You can go to www.whatsonmyfood.org and type in whatever you're interested in knowing about, and you can see a list of all the pesticides that are on that item. You can kind of see here, this is tomatoes. I know it's kind of hard to see because of the lighting, but I went to whatsonmyfood.org and I went to tomatoes, and there were 35 pesticide residues found by the USDA Pesticide Data Program. And they are carcinogens, hormone disruptors, neurotoxins, developmental or reproductive toxins, and bee toxins. We know there's an issue with bees going extinct as well. So yeah, guys, these are poisons, and unfortunately they harm more than just the pests that they're targeted at. They cause a lot of health effects, illnesses and diseases, from respiratory problems and, like I said, to cancer. And then I got pictures of like some frogs with like disfigured legs, and there's this cool picture here, but you might be able to see it, of the guys in the fields spraying the pesticides all over their produce, and they have to wear hazmat suits and masks and breathing masks. If it's not safe to breathe, how can it be safe to eat? It's not. And yet we're doing it all the time. So what can we do? Well, that's where the 11.5 comes in. And I'm gonna just explain a few things that the 11.5 is good for. It's good for a good night's sleep. Especially if you've had some alcohol, if you've drank a little bit of booze, you can drink about a half to 1 ounce of 11.5 before bedtime. It helps release melatonin for a good night's sleep, and it's really, really hydrating. And when you drink alcohol, that's dehydrating, so it helps with hangovers. It's an eye wash. If you get something in your eye, or you can use the 11.5 to kind of clean it out. It's kind of, it mimics the natural tears that your eyes make. It's a great makeup remover. I use it for that. It's good for puffy eyes. It brings down inflammation really well. So I'll use it on my face every morning and sometimes at night. Brings down inflammation, puffy eyes, acne, that kind of thing. And I'll also put it on any sore muscles that I have. So if I'm feeling inflammation in my joints or my muscles from my workouts, I'll soak a towel in it and just hold it on there, and it really, really does feel a lot better after a few minutes. It's incredible. I'm always so pleasantly surprised. Well, not anymore, but I was at first. You can use it in your hot bath to replace Epsom salts. It helps with allergies and cold symptoms and snoring as a nasal wash. I have done this. It's a lot of junk comes out. So when you use it as a nasal rinse, a lot of gunk comes out of your nose. It's great on sunburn, bug spray repellent, bug bites, and like I said, swelling. It's great for heartburn, indigestion, food poisoning, and stomach flu. Drink a quarter of a cup fresh and then some 9.5, and then don't eat anything for 45 minutes. It has helped my dad personally. You can ask him with his acid reflux. Arthritis, gout, muscle soreness, tissue injuries, I said that. Hangovers and migraines, really great for migraines. Every time I get just the slightest headache, I just drink either 9.5 or 11.5, and within a few minutes, the headache, I would say like 90% of the time, goes away. Stroke, chemotherapy. Now, I struggle being supportive of chemotherapy. I know a lot of people are doing it because their doctors tell them to do it. And I just know that it has a very, very, very low success rate. Most people end up getting cancer again in one form or another. But if you are deciding to do chemotherapy, you can drink the 11.5 with it, and it will lessen the side effects. It will reverse metabolic acidosis, and the antioxidants in the water are good for you at any point of chemo. I mean, it's just good to do whether you're doing it with it or you're not doing chemo and you're doing, more natural remedies to help fight off cancer. It's good for skin burns. Let's see, there's lots of stuff here. Fruits and veggies, to soak them, to get rid of the pesticides. Make ice cubes out of it to help offset acidic drinks like coffee. It's great to drink with your coffee because coffee's acidic, so it will lessen the acidity of your coffee. You can soak rice, beans, and legumes in them. You can soak your meats in it for cleaning and tenderizing. It really does tenderize meats, which is really cool. Laundry detergent. It replaces my laundry detergent, laundry soap. So I use the 11.5 instead of Tide or whatever. Clean on oven, clogged sinks, tubs. Replaces your 409 cleaner and your Drano, which is so cool, saving money all over the place. It's good for these grill tops to get rid of the gunk and oily stuff on plates and dishware and cookingware and stuff that gets all that oil from cooking or whatever. I just spray it on there and it really helps break that up. Polish silver to soak and polish, which is cool. Paint thinner. After using oil-based paints, you can use this 11.5 to clean up, and it also replaces Goo Gone. So just money savings all over the place, which is awesome. Okay, so let's see what happened here. This was tap water. Let me just do a little shake up. All right, turned a little pink. Good to know. Let's see the oil-based one. Ooh, this one turned a lot more, kind of this brown color, which is interesting. Kind of this yellowish pink color. It's similar, but it's darker, a lot darker. It's like more yellow-brown in it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm telling you. This is light pink, this is dark pinkish, orangish, yellowish, brownish color. Okay, let's do tomatoes. I think the strawberry, I think the tap water turned pink just because of the natural color of the strawberry juice, and the other one turned more of that yellowish, brownish color because it actually took off the oil-based residue. Okay, tap water, the tomatoes are clear. And we've got yellow. Clear, yellow. We can see this. Maybe if I set it there, it's easier to see. We can see. There we go, clear and yellow, okay? That's the oil-based pesticides coming off of that. All right, and some spinach. By the way, this says pre-washed. Clear. Golly, I did this one earlier and it turned yellow. I don't know why it's not yellow now. It was super yellow before. I should have taken a picture of it. Maybe I just need to soak it longer. Yeah, it didn't turn yellow this time. But it did, I swear to God, it was super yellow. It was crazy. Okay, nuts. Oh, these guys are a lot smaller. Kind of a nut color. Much darker nut color. Light nut color, darker nut color. So it's just taking off more of that residue. Yeah. So the only one that didn't do it was the spinach, and I swear to God, you guys, the spinach was yellow when I tried this yesterday. It was like yellower than this one. So I really don't know why. I think it just has to soak longer, but it was really, really yellow. And it's not organic, so keep that in mind. I think when you do buy organic, it's significantly less. Now there's still some drift, depending if the organic farm is next to a conventional farm, there can be some drift over of the pesticides, but I think your best bet is to grow it yourself or to go to like a farmer's market and talk to the farmer and just really get to know them and get to know what they use, what they don't use, and that's probably your best bet. I mean, the farmer's market produce tends to taste better anyway, so